Alright, so now I'm going to show you manual muscle testing for the lower leg. And normally for someone who came in with an injury, we would do it bilaterally, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to look at it unilaterally. The reason we would do it bilaterally is if one side is injured and the other side wasn't, the side that wasn't would be able to give us a baseline and would be able to show the difference between the injured leg and the non-injured leg. But like I said, since there's no injury, just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to run through it unilaterally. Also, we would be doing this on a scale of 0 to 5. 0 being there would be a contraction of the muscle but no movement. 1 being there would be a contraction, still no movement. 2 being full range of motion but not against gravity. 3 being full range of motion against gravity. 4 would be full range of motion against gravity and some resistance, and then 5 would be maximal strength, full range of motion against gravity, and maximal resistance as well. So since there is no injury, he should just be 5 all around. So first up, we're going to test the strength of the extensor hallucis longus, which would be the big toe. So I'm going to have him extend his big toe, and then I'm going to stabilize above the joint here. And then I'm going to try to break the muscle contraction and push down the opposite way. And I'm going to tell him to resist. And then see, that was very hard to break the muscle contraction there. You can relax. And so that would be, like I said, that would be a 5. If he was injured or something, or just weak, then he'd be lower on the scale. Next, I'm going to test the strength of the tibialis anterior. So I'm going to have him pull his foot up, contract the tibialis anterior and pull the foot into dorsiflexion. Again, stabilize above the joint. I'm going to take my other hand. I'm going to push against. All right, very strong there. That would be a 5. Next, we're going to do the opposite of that. We're going to test plantar flexion, and we're going to isolate the gastroc here, the gastrocnemius. I'm going to have him push down on the gas. Again, stabilize, push down, and don't let me break you. And see, very hard to break that muscle contraction there. Relax. Next, we're going to test eversion. So, and this is going to test the strength of the peroneus longus. So I'm going to have him pull his foot out into eversion, again stabilizing, and then I'm going to push and try to force him into eversion. But see, they're very strong peroneal longus there. Next, I'm going to have him pull his foot into inversion, and here we're testing the strength of the tibialis posterior. Going to stabilize above the joint like always, and then pull him into eversion. Nope, did good there. After that, we're going to move on to the upper portion of the leg. We're going to test for the quads for knee extension. So I'm going to have him extend the knee, contract the quads. I'm going to stabilize above the joint. I'm going to try to break him, and did not break that muscle contraction. After that, I'm going to move on to the hamstrings, which does knee flexion. So I'm going to have him pull against, stabilize above the joint. I'm going to try to pull him into knee extension, but he's going to pull into knee flexion. Good. Also, all these you would normally want to test all these against gravity. So just like with the plantar flexion, I would normally want him to lay supine and then try to test that with the gravity, because we know gravity pulls down. And so also with eversion and inversion, if we wanted to test against gravity, I would have him lay on his side with the feet hanging off and go into eversion and inversion. But other than that, that is the manual muscle testing for the lower leg and the grading scale that goes along with that.